In the summer of the 82nd year, the governor of Britain, Gnaeus Julius Agricola, who was going to go on a campaign to the northern lands to conquer the warlike Caledonians, received extremely unpleasant news, rebelled one of the auxiliary cohorts. They were recruits from Uzipet, or Uzipov, a Germanic tribe that lived on the Middle Rhine, called under the banner of the empire last year and transferred to Britain. The barbarians, unwilling to shed blood on the territory of a foreign country, according to the ancient Roman historian Tacitus, killed the centurion, as well as warriors distributed among the manipulas for the training of recruits, and then seized 3 fast ships, Liburni. Probably the watercraft were needed for the Germans to return to the continent, but something went wrong. We don't know what it was. Perhaps by a general vote, the Uzipets decided that before returning to their homeland it would be good to improve their financial situation, and a little plundering of civilians. In any case, but 3 Liburnas, filled to the brim with warlike barbarians, went not south to the coast of Germany, but north. Periodically the ships docked at the shore. The Germans went to the nearest village for water, provisions, and something else. The local Britons, of course, refused them hospitality, so increasingly the Uzipets relied on the power of the sword, much like the Vikings plundering the English coastline 6 centuries later. Unlike the Vikings, however, the Uzipets were not very strong when it came to armed robbery. Apparently they increasingly received a decent response from the locals, so when the 3 Liburnas sailed to Scotland, the pirates were in bad shape. There was no talk of captured gold and silver at all. The Uzipets were deprived of the most basic necessities. Gradually the Uzipets reached such a need for vital supplies that first began to eat the most exhausted of their companions, and then those on whom the lot fell. Shares shocking details. Tacitus. But despite all the hardships, Uzipetes persistently went forward, more precisely, to the north, then rounded the northern tip of Britain and moved along the coast in a southerly direction. Sometimes they had successful forays, but more often not. In the end, of the 3, Liburna remained one, which still managed to cross the English Channel and approach the coast of Frisia. But here the survivors of the unsuccessful pirates met with real pirates, skillful and experienced, whether Frisians or Sveva. The last ship of the Uzipets was taken on boarding, and the crew of the Liburna, small in number, exhausted from hunger and other deprivations, who had completely lost the remnants of fighting spirit, did not resist much. And so the last of the Uzipets were sold into slavery, and some of them actually ended up in their homeland. And there he began to tell in colors about an unusual journey around Britain on 3 ships, decorating his stories with all sorts of fiction, about terrible storms, giant ospreys, ghost ships, and his own bravery and valor, as old sea wolves are wont to do.